Hi, my name is Dr. Mary Starr Carter. If we've never met before, my journey started on learning about nutrition and supplements many, many years ago. I grew up as a kid who was constantly overweight. I was 9 years old, over 100 pounds, and 50 years ago, that was a lot, right? And I struggled with allergies. I was constantly sick, living on antibiotics every other month as a kid. And it wasn't until my path led me down to chiropractic school where I started to learn more about nutrition and wellness and what certain supplements did for our health. And I was very fortunate to be introduced to a phenomenal company, many of the products that I share tonight, because I've been working with them for over 26 years. 26 years. I know they're solid. I know the foundation of all of these products is of a pure source, and that's what I'm going to share with you. So my health and my wellness has radically changed. Recently, over this past few years, released over 50 pounds, and we'll talk about why as we go on for this. But I've helped hundreds and if not thousands of people learn what you're going to learn tonight and make some simple changes to make their health better. So, all right, so let's get started. I'm going to bring up my presentation here. Let me get it up. We're going to share screen. Here we go. And let me find it here. Go to present mode. There we go. So supplements for your seasons of life. And what season of life are you in? I want to make sure that you get a pad of paper or something to write with, or maybe you're just listening to this, listen to it all the way through, and then go back through it again and make some notes. And you're going to make notes on things that stick out for you. Maybe you have a loved one who's not in the same age range you are, season of life, and you want to take notes for them. Maybe you have questions, all of that. I want you to write that down in your piece of paper where you're taking notes. So before I get started, I can talk to you a lot about different multivitamins and nutritionals and things like that. But I have to absolutely start with my favorite. And I was going to save it to the last, but I really want to start out with it because it's something I've worked with since over many, many years, almost 2 decades. And my favorite all-time supplement for all the ages. This is my grandmother a few years ago. She's currently 99 years old. My daughter just turned 12 years old today. And both of them take this supplement that I believe that all ages should have, and it's called Ninja Red. And I want to share with you why I love Ninja Red. Ninja Red, first and foremost, it's a liquid. It's a whole food supplement, right? And you might look at that and say, hey, is that wine or is that like juice? And well, it's not wine. It's one of the most healthiest antioxidant juice. It's so, so powerful. That little pouch that you see there, that little ounce has more antioxidants in it than you would have to eat like 8 oranges, 2 cups of blueberries, 8 pounds of carrots to equal the equivalent in terms of antioxidants. It's rich in polyphenols and vitamin C, zeaxanthin, all things that help to combat oxidative stress. If you think of oxidative stress as rust, right? So we're a car, and my 99-year-old grandmother, why does she not have as much oxidative stress? Well, she's been drinking this for 20 plus years, right? To support her cellular health. And it's just recently she ended up on some medications. This key for health, it's key for healthy aging, skin glow. It's part of the reason why my 12-year-old and my 15-year-old have had very, very few sick doctor visits. In fact, my 15-year-old has had one, right? Just one. So combination of health and nutrition and chiropractic and all these things we put together, but this is a key thing that they've had since they were babies. Hormonal support and energy balance, right? The adaptogenic nature of the wolfberries. And it's a particular type of wolfberry in this goji berry. So you're going to see about half of this bottle is a puree of that wolfberry. And then you have things like blueberries, all these things that are good for energy and support your mood. Plus, and the rich benefits of essential oils. Many women report sustained energy, fewer mood swings, and less brain fog. And friend, I could go on and on. In fact, we have a whole class twice a month just talking about the benefits of this. Now, all seasons of life, whether you are, a young child or a 99-year-old, you need nutrition that your body can absorb. Liquid nutrition, essential oil nutrition, meaning when we add essential oils to this whole food nutrition, we make it more bioavailable for the cells. Super important. Eye health, bone health. In fact, it was about 9 months after I first started taking Ninja Red, I no longer needed glasses. That's what high quality nutrition does for you. I've recently gone through menopause and have been wearing glasses again, but I went many years with knowing that this supplement really helped to support my eye health. Immunity and inflammation. How many people are worried about their immune system? How many people are dealing with inflammation? And that's again what this antioxidant rich blend does. It helps us have a healthy inflammatory response. And then, of course, all of our wonderful essential oils in there too. Another thing I want to remind you, though, it boosts what's called superoxide dismutase, natural production of that, right? And glutathione. And you're going to hear a lot of that through the years. We heard a lot of that when people were going through COVID and how important it was to have high levels. Well, this SOD, which our Ninja Red boosts, helps neutralize free radicals. Glutathione supports our detoxification system. It helps give us a healthy liver. We find that people who do long term, so the Ninja Red, they do it day in and day out. And then we find that people who do high doses for short periods of times, whether it's 10 or 14 days, or they're doing about 100 ounces in that amount of time, they have a huge benefit for their healthy inflammation response, for weight loss, for liver health, so many things. So I could do a whole class on Ninja Red, but I wanted just to lay down the foundation here with this supplement. Okay, so it is a natural wellness for all ages. It's whether you're a teenager or you're in your childbearing years, perimenopausal, postmenopausal Ninja Red supplements help support our daily vitality, our skin elasticity, cognitive clarity, and that is so important. I'm really finding that as I just turned 50 and through the years that cognitive health and staying on top of my cognitive health is so important. And of course, balance moods. All right, so let's start with 25 to 35. This is when fertility is important. This is when maybe stress and resilience is important, skin and energy support. So in these years, so we're going to start with what supplements your body needs most here. You want a high quality multivitamins, particularly a methylated B vitamin. You want to support your fertility, your energy, your skin, your stress. You're going to make sure you have folate, not folic acid, B12, B6, right? These are all things that are very important. And then you're going to see this one through all the ages too, is those omega-3s, the EPAs and the DHEAs. These help support our hormones, skin elasticity, mood, and inflammation. In this dosage, you're going to see about almost throughout all the ages too, is this 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams per day. Now, friends, people say, oh, well, I have a healthy diet. And really, you would have to be eating a good amount of fish every single day. It would have to be cold water fish, not fresh farm fish. Like it's very challenging to get this amount of omegas in our diet. So, and of course, we want to support our baby's brain development if you are trying to conceive. One of the supplements that I really love from Young Living, it's a newer supplement that they came out particularly for this age range, but I know many of the different seasons of life will use this, the Inner Boost and Balance. It's a perfect supplement. It is a powder that you simply pour in your water or your drink. Comes in these neat little easy to use packets so you can have them in your purse or wherever you need that boost. Tastes good. So very, very good. A lot of us put it in the Ninja Red too. So we're hearing really good results with that. Now, fertility, stress, resilient skin age, we need the D3 and the K2. Again, this is the higher dosage. And we want CoQ10, which helps support egg quality. This was something I learned in putting this presentation together that I didn't realize that I needed this. And as someone who's had many miscarriages, I wish I had known this. And this is one of our supplements here that not only has some of the EPAs and omegas that we talked about earlier, but it has that CoQ10 too. It's a very, very good supplement. Again, you're going to see this one through the seasons of life. It's called MindWise. MindWise comes in these bigger bottles, and then I don't have it here, but they come in packets as well. All right. Okay, so next up, what we see here are our ages 20, 20, 35. We also need magnesium glycinate, threonate, great for PMS, anxiety, and headaches. Adaptogens like ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil. These help support cortisol regulation, stamina, and stress resilient, can improve focus, mood, and thyroid function. B complex, again, super important for energy protection. So some of the favorites that are of my clients that, and for myself that I've used through the years is something called Super B. So this is our Young Living Super B complex. It's probably one of my top 5 supplements that I really recommend for just about all the ages. It really helps to deal with stress. It helps to maintain focus. It helps if you're kind of a sugar or a coffee addict and stuff, you're going to find really good energy. In fact, you'll see that a lot too with just the Ninja Red. You add the inner boost, you'll see even more sustainable, and then you add the Super B, and it's even better. Power Jives here, I just put that up there. That has our ashwagandha in it and a lot of those adaptogens. And then the Thyromin we start to see in these ages too. Not only thyroid support, Thyromin is very, very good for that stress, cortisol levels, stress response as well. Okay, so now moving on to 35 to 45. So 25 to 35, more and more people are still having children later, as I did. I had my kids in my 30s, but that 35 to 45, hormone balancing, metabolism, early perimenopause prep. See, I didn't know what I was going through when I was really struggling with perimenopause, and I wish I did because I would have been much more consistent and religious with taking my nutritional supplements. I think I've always taken Ninja Red, but not to how we take it now, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second. So again, a high quality multivitamin is you need that hormone metabolism, energy, stress, skin. So this is the time when estrogen and progesterone may start to fluctuate. So nutrient absorption and usage is matter more than ever. And in a second, you'll see why gut support is really important here too. So again, I'm going to give you that inner boost and balance, the Super B, and the MindWise, right? All of those things are going to help really balance our blood sugar, chromium, good for blood sugar support, but a healthy diet, of course, is so important in all of this as well. And then we see the vitamin D3. You're going to see the vitamin D3 with K every season of life. And a lot of people say, well, what supplement? And Young Living has a wonderful Super D supplement that has the K and the D3 and a whole food type, but it really doesn't have this dosage level. You just have to take a lot of it to equal this 2,000 to 5,000 IUs. And most people are deficient in vitamin D. So I really recommend a liquid, or I can give you some recommendations of some high quality vitamin D that's on the market, particularly if you are deficient, because your doctor probably, if you are deficient, is going to put you on 10,000 IUs for a period of time. Now, in the 35 to 45, we really want to get into our gut health, right? And this is where probiotics and good microbiome is so important, that gut health. So Life 9 is a favorite of so many people that have used it through the years. They just can't, they swear by Life 9. It's one of our favorite probiotics. But this is my new favorite kind of gut health support is the Ninja Greens. And the Ninja Greens, it has a lot of, let's see if we can go in here, 60 botanicals and mushrooms for energy, immune support, and gut health. So a lot of adaptogens in there. And I just heard a story of my client. She went on a cruise. She had her inner boost and balance. She had her Ninja Red and her Ninja Greens, and she couldn't believe how good she felt, right? Normally always getting sick and things like that, but she was just feeling phenomenal. Okay, continuing on, we're seeing this magnesium glycinate and threonate. I personally started taking magnesium glycinate probably close to 50 at night because it helps support my sleep. And I do notice because I work out quite a bit, it's helped me with muscle recovery. So I don't feel, I take about 300 milligrams a day, and you just want to find a good source of it, maybe not so much on Amazon. We do not buy our supplements on Amazon, friends. Okay, please. We don't want our supplements in a warehouse for, years and years and years. Even though it might be the same name brand, it is important to buy your supplements off of Amazon directly from the person or your doctor who has maybe a link directly through the company. Super, super important. Magnesium threonate, again, that's another one I've been taking for brain support. And there's a lot of good evidence, especially when we hit 45 and over, that is excellent for cognitive health as well. And then, of course, the adaptogens. This is when we really want to like pay attention to all these things. We need early support for endocrine system that can ease the transition into perimenopause. And definitely recommend this. Now, what you're going to see is as you age, your supplement list will go up and the cost of staying healthy goes up. And I can't remind you enough, like this is so important, is that as your age goes up, the work you have to do, right? The work you have to do to stay healthy goes up. It's just what it is, right? We think of our later life as retirement and fun and vacations. Well, if you want to be able to enjoy those things, you've got to put in the work, both the resources, the time, the energy to be healthy. But this class, we're focusing on supplements. So we're at ages 35 to now we're moving on to 45 to 55. This is with perimenopause. This is when, well, a lot of women will go through menopause. And remember, menopause is when you've gone one whole year without a period. So 1 whole year without a period. Okay. So very important there. So multivitamin with methylated B vitamin and trace minerals. So now we've seen how important trace minerals are, right? They help our hormones detoxify energy, mood, thyroid function. So what we have in Young Living, I've been talking a lot about the inner boost and balance. And great supplement, such a great supplement, that inner boost and balance. But we want to start adding extra things here. So we have our mineral essence. I know a lot of people take this through all the ages too. This mineral essence and Super B, again, are in that top 5 of supplements. And here's the trick. Mineral essence for most people will not taste good. As your body becomes less deficient in minerals, you may tolerate it and even enjoy it because your body's like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so energized with the mineral essence. So it's a liquid. And some of the tricks is some of us put it in our Ninja Red. Some people put it in a little bit of diluted pineapple juice. Tastes really good in that. So that is something that you want to do. And years ago, in his clinic, Gary Young, for people who are really deficient, they had to take about 10 droppers a day, right? So in our household, we feel the best when we're doing at least 3 droppers twice a day during those stressful times of life. And then again, 45 to 55, that's when we bring in the omegas, the EPAs, the D8, and now we want to support our joint health, mood, brain, inflammation. And those dosages now are up to 2,000. Where you saw it was 1 to 2,000, now you want to be on 2,000. And that's really going to protect you against cognitive decline and support your skin hydration, making us feel and look amazing. So let's talk about the mind-wise again. If it wasn't in your budget before, you need to make it in your budget now, right? Make it part of your aging gracefully protocol. And I will tell you, when those estrogen levels go down, it's like you just feel very not yourself. And I really, really see now that I am in this transition through menopause, I see why so many women who I treated many years ago in my current age range were on antidepressants because the doctors didn't know what they didn't know, right? They were coming in with mood disorders and depression and anxiety, and they were just putting them all on SSRIs years ago. But now we know better. Now we know our body needs trace minerals. It needs things like our omegas. And again, that's quite high, friends. That 2,000 milligrams. You're just not getting that in your natural diet every day. Again, going back to the D, and here our dosage goes up even more, right? With the vitamin K. So a lot of people take D, but it's important that it's balanced with the vitamin K with it as well, because that's what really helps strengthen your bones. Thyroid support, right? Selenium, zinc, tyrosine. This helps our metabolism because we're getting a lot of that around the middle weight, and our thyroid function. And this is one of our products here, along with cortistop and uh, endogize, and some of the ones, power gize. Those are all great, great supplements. Again, we see the magnesium glycinate. I would recommend taking that in the evening time for your muscles and for your sleep. 3 and 8. This is not necessarily something we have in Young Living that is this exact dosage. So you need to look for another source of that or find a combination. And then, of course, adaptogens too. This is when we start to see issues with our libido. Although I see a lot of women in their 30s struggling with their libido too. And this is where some of our supplements here. One of my favorite is called multigreens. I highly recommend, again, one of my top 5 supplements, a lot of adaptogens in this, just good oils that your energy feels good. I just think it's overall great for your gut health, moods, all of those things. So I love that supplement as well. All right, so moving on to 55 to 65. I've been working with women for a lot of years, and I have noticed that these are the years that kind of make or break things. This is where we determine how long, how well we are going to live, how long and how well we are going to live. Because you can make an excuse that your budget doesn't allow you to invest in your health. You don't feel like doing the exercise. You get into routines where your sleep schedule is really off all the time. Maybe you're drinking too much. Every day is an out to dinner thing. We have to really be cautious. Like, retirement doesn't mean I'm on a 100, 365 days a year vacation, right? It means that I get to maybe live freer, but I need to be investing in me if my goal is to live well in my later life. So now we absolutely have to have that targeted multivitamin. Again, if you got on later, I talked earlier in here that Ninja Red is my foundational nutritional supplement for all ages. And we went through why it's such a good supplement. So when I'm sharing this, I'm saying on top of this, if I only had one thing in my budget, of course, that would be the supplement that I start with because it's so bioavailable. It goes into the body and it really builds that foundational health for you. Helps your sleep, helps your inflammatory response, it helps your weight management. I mean, the list goes, and moods and energy and all that. But now we're going to go into targeted nutrition. We talk about the inner boost and balance again. And now we need to make sure that our calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, D, B12, omegas, all of those are good too. This is a supplement too by Young Living. It's that super cal that you may want to invest in as well, especially if your diet is not really great. The omegas that we talked about support our cardiovascular function, joint health, inflammation. Again, we want to be on that higher dosage end and really, really, really want to pay attention to this for cognitive clarity and joint mobility. And then I would say absolutely the MindWise. Now, here is our Super D vitamin that I talked about earlier that is really good. We just don't have the levels of vitamin D in that. We just have to take more of that supplement. Now, the CoQ10. Okay, so CoQ10, we're seeing this again. This is for our heart energy production. We saw earlier in life we needed it for our eggs to be healthy and fertility, but now we need this for heart energy production, antioxidant defense. I'm really, 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 really happy with this Cardiagize. Really, especially important if you're taking statins, you need to be on a CoQ10. I have my own opinion about statins, but the Cardiagize has the CoQ10 in it as well as our MindWise. But this supplement I've just really fallen in love with, and I've been taking that for about a month now, about a month. Magnesium glycinate again, and hormalate because cardiovascular health, sleep, muscle relaxation. Brain support. Now, this is another one too. This was interesting. So I have an autistic son, and there's certain things that we're learning that are better for him. And this phosphatidylserine. So I was actually purchasing this supplement alone just to give it to him, as a single supplement. But I recently learned it's in our MindWise. And I think it might be in multigreens. That might be why I have it there as well. I have to look at the ingredients again. But this is for memory, focus, cognitive aging, really, really important. Ginkgo biloba, I believe, is in the multigreens as well. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm spending all this money and I really just need to be making sure that he takes his MindWise every day. And of course, me too, right? So this is the time where memory, focus, cognitive aging, we want our brains to stay because what I'm seeing too with cognitive decline is a lack of motivation. And once you get in that, then you're not getting out, you're staying more isolated, you're not having the conversations, you're not getting the movement. So this is really important. This age range, this 55 to 65, you want to develop the lifestyle habits. They're so important too. And of course, we want our skin and our joints to look good. Collagen peptides are really good too here. Oops, let me go back. So we have something called Inner Beauty Collagen that is really, really wonderful. And I want to stop here too, because we have a program called the Rev Up program and also the Reset program. Hi, Linda. Hi, everyone who's joining us live today. And in this program, we teach the lifestyle habits of living a healthy and long life. We teach the food habits and the getting rid of the processed food. And we have community and support. And we find that we have a lot of women 50 and over who really are gravitating to these programs. So we have anyone who gets involved with the Ninja Red, you have access to our Reset program. The Reset program comes with a wonderful app. There's meal plans on there. It teaches you how to get the processed food out of your life. It even has some fitness things. It's really, really wonderful program. And that's kind of our overall arching program that anyone who starts with our Ninja Red can be a part of. Now, in addition, if you need a little more coaching, a little more mindset work, you want the actual portion sizes and how to eat and macronutrients and stuff, we have something called Rev Up. It's a little more of a cost, a one-time cost to learn to get in there to be coached by our coaches. but we find that age group 50 and over do really, really well. We have women who've lost 100 pounds. We have women who've lost, multiple women have lost 50. We're over 2,400 pounds lost in 2 years from our success stories. And it's not just the pounds lost, it's the life gained. It's the stories that come back of their marriages and women being intimate, for the first time in years and feeling so good about their bodies and having the energy to do the things that they love to do. So if that is something that you want to look into, I'm going to put a link here. Here we go. Our Rev Up program that you can dig in and watch some of the videos for that as well. All right, let me go back to sharing here. Let's see, where did we go? Okay, so back to 55, I talked about that, talked about that. Now 65 to 85. Again, don't let age define you. Don't like the world says when I'm 65, I'm supposed to slow down or I'm supposed to retire. Please don't do that. There's nowhere in if you're a biblical reading person, there's nowhere where it says talks about retirement, right? And the world needs you. They need to have you as a light, whether it's, just on social media and you showing up and being a light of the world or in a workforce or in your home, wherever it is, we need you healthy. We need you vibrant. We need your brain and your body to be the best that it can be. So right now at 65 to 85, we want to work on longevity, joint care, memory, and really graceful aging. So senior specific multivitamins, we're looking for cellular repair, right? We want to ward off the big C, cancer, energy, immune function. We want, again, those B vitamins, and we want to focus on bioavailability. Absorption is reduced with age. After the age of 35, our enzymes go down. Those are the things that digest our food. That's why many times we give classes, we talk about enzymes and we talk about those in the Rev Up program too. So, but what does high absorption? That's these more liquid vitamins that we have, the Ninja Red being the number one, the Inner Boost and Balance, the Mineral Essence, the Mind Wise. These are very, very bioavailable for the body. And again, these are the products I've worked with for 20 plus years, but they do work and they are very, very highly rated in terms of their effectiveness. We want to keep those omegas high with 2,000 milligrams a day. Okay, again, our MindWise is so great for that. I've heard lots of good stories of people who've had cognitive decline, and getting on the MindWise has made a huge difference. Now, I will remind you, you need to be budgeting for like where maybe in your 20s and early 30s, you could get by with maybe about $100, $150 in your supplementation. We are now probably close to, honestly, I don't know any 65 and over friend who isn't at 200 and above for their monthly supplementation, the amount of supplements that they need. But don't let that scare you. We're going to show you how to afford these in a second. Okay. Oh, I'm stuck here. Okay. So back to present mode here. So now the vitamin D, the magnesium glycinate, the glucosamine and chondroitin and MSM. So 65 to 85, but many of my perimenopause friends do these supplements too. Joint flexibility, cartilage. We need these for staying active. These are three of our favorites in terms of joints, cartilage, inflammation. BLM stands for bone, ligament, and muscle. Love this. Have so many stories of clients using this supplement through the years. Our sulfurzyme, which can easily be, it's both powder and pills. You can put the powder right in your Ninja Red. We call it the red drink, the special red drink. And this really helps your skin, your hair, your nails look phenomenal. Joints feel amazing. And then, of course, Agiles. This is a favorite too of the 65 and over. This has the curcumins, I'm saying that wrong, but the turmeric, all of those really good anti-inflammatory proven herbs. And so many of our clients like that as well. Okay, keep going. I keep pushing something wrong here. Next up, we have yeah, like I said, the turmeric and curcumin supplement, black pepper for absorption, joint comfort and inflammation, brain health, again with the phospholate and serine, and that would be the MindWise supplement as well. Okay, so next, where to start on your supplement journey? Where to start on your supplement journey? You want to, number one, build your foundation. Get your Ninja Red starter kit or Ninja Red reset kit and get access to our free Healthy Reset Lifestyle app. Okay. So this Ninja Red is the foundation. If you can afford one thing in your budget, this is what you want to budget for. All right, we have a loyalty program where you can get free product points just by drinking your Ninja Red every month or using your supplements every month. Then you might be a person number two, right? Maybe you're already on Ninja Red. Now it's time to build your foundation in your house. You can't build a house on a weak foundation. You've heard that, right? You not need to start building your house. And that, what did we see over and over for all the ages? We saw those omegas, right? So MindWise might be where you want to start. You might need MindWise, and you might even need to add more omegas on top of that. The inner boost and balance might be a good thing. The Super B, those are three that are really good building your foundation in your house. And then you want to move on, or maybe you're already there. Now it's time to weatherproof your house. Maybe you're like me and transitioning into a new season of life, and it's time to weatherproof, right? You got to take care of your gut. Maybe you need the joint support. Maybe you need those adaptogens, like in our Thyromin or multigreens. Maybe you need the sulfurzyme. So these are kind of where you're starting. And I want you to, again, look at this and say, okay, where am I? Have I built my foundation? Have I been drinking my Ninja Red every month? Right? Have I been doing that for at least 6 months? Right? Because that's where we really start to see huge changes in your health, and your body really just gets younger and younger, honestly. Or are you ready to build your foundation or weatherproof your house? And then finally, if you feeling overwhelmed because you're like, oh, Mary, I can barely afford my bills right now, let alone another $200 for supplements. If you need help paying for your supplements, we have a program to help you get a portion or even all your products for free. We would love to share that with you. Just get back to myself or the person who invited you to this conversation and just learning about that, and let them know what you need. But I want everyone to get back to the person who invited you here. Let them know where you'll be starting on your supplement journey. Where are you going to be starting on your supplement journey? Are you going to be starting building your foundation, building your house, or is it time to weatherproof your house? Get back to them and they will help you get your products ordered and get you started on our loyalty rewards program. I want to thank everyone for coming today. I appreciate you. It's been my honor and privilege to be with you today, and we'll see you next month. Bye-bye.